Hi, this is Kate from Daisy Nails, creating fun, funky and fabulous nails. This is part 4 of my series from my eldest nail design that they did at Christmas while staying at my dad's house. This one is, I just called it Wiggly Rainbows, which I kind of think looks a little bit like a tachydiogram, you know, like where they do your heart rate, but actually if your heart looked like what these nails have on them, you probably aren't in a good place. Right, so I started with the perfect white background, which was cured. That is just so that the colours pop once they're on the nail. Having the white background just really causes that light to reflect back up rather than be absorbed by the nail as much, so you really get a good pop. So it was just a case of creating the wiggly line, and when I looked at Eldest design, there were these like sort of almost like drips going up and down, so adding those in and sort of playing around until I was happy with it. And Eldest had started with the yellow in the middle, so I went with the yellow in the middle. Right into the lamp, just 10-second cures because I'm not going over anything, I'm only butting up next to it. So with the sunset in Hawaii, oh, where have I gone? There I am. Sunset in Hawaii, just going around those strips and making sort of slightly less of an extreme shape with that one. This is using the Nyo Nails 000 long brush, which is probably good for the actual lines. It might have been a bit too long for some of the other parts, but I made it work. They are really lovely brushes, these. They have a lot of flex and a lot of movement in them, so you can really get them to go around those corners. Well, not corners, but bends. If you've got a bendy line, sort of like a swirly type thing, these brushes really do go around that beautifully. Right, so filling all of that in. Carefully making sure there are no little white bits showing at the edges or where it meets up. And then flash cure for another 10 seconds. And the thing is, if you flash cure and then flash cure and then flash cure and then flash cure, and you do it enough times, you might think that yellow's cured, but it's not how it works. So it needs to have the full cure in one go for it to actually cure. So it needs to go under for the full 30 seconds to get the full cure. Each flash cure won't help because you need to get it up to that level of light in one big blast. This is the perfect red. And just fitting in around the shapes and the swirls I made with the sunset in Hawaii. And then moving from the yellow downwards, going in with the apple bite, and I'm doing a few drips with the apple bite again, like I did with the Mimosa. And when you've got those drips, always make sure that where the drip joins the horizontal line, you have a curve and not like an angular corner, because anything that drips down has a surface tension, so it doesn't just come down like from an angle from that horizontal. It pulls the edge down because of that surface tension, so you'll always have that curve at the side. That's why if you see like a water boatman walking on the surface of the water, you'll see there's like a little, it's hard to describe, it's like a little indentation where each foot is, but it's actually the surface of the water sticking to the water boatman's foot, because water is sticky, just not to us because we're so big. The smaller you are, the stickier it is because of the way the surface tension works. I remember having this explained in a science lesson at school once. I'm sure my science teacher would have explained it far better than I just did. So below the apple bite is the Caribbean Sea. These are all Madame Glam colours. If you watch the previous videos, watching them in order, it might make more sense. But as you may not be watching them in order because, yeah, who's got the time, hey? So what have I told you in this one already? Essentially, I did the entire video of the entire set, and it was over half an hour long, even when I'd edited it to its bare minimum. Even when I'd sped up sections to 5 times, it was still over half an hour long. And I know that I don't have the staying power to watch somebody unless it's, you know, one of my favourite YouTubers like Miss Jo or Susie at Nail Career Education or someone like that. I just won't sit there for that long. So I don't have a huge amount of followers at the moment, therefore I thought let's break it down into a smaller amount. Okay, so these colours are all next to each other. Therefore there are, as you can see, the light line isn't very straight because there's dips between them, so I'll show you shortly what I did with that. So what my eldest did on this design was where those dips are, using the gold gel paint, filling them in, just following them with the gold gel paint. And it really gives it a bit of a pop. I really enjoyed that. But yes, so as I was saying, that surface is not going to be smooth and flat because you've got the different colours butting up to each other. You've got the gel, the gel paint on top. And so I used a clear rubber base from a brand that no longer exists to go over it. So what happens, because the rubber base, I've said this in another video, so if I'm repeating myself, I do apologise. The rubber base is thicker viscosity than a normal base, so you'll get the bottom part of it will sink into where those crevices are, but the top part should self-level. I'm trying to think of different things to talk about in each of these videos because I'm hoping that you're going to watch them all, but obviously, you know, the likelihood is quite low. It's Sunday, you may have other things to do. My husband's announced he wants a Sunday lunch today. Don't know where that's going to happen. Most places are probably booked up. I think I may have done this at normal speed. I usually speed things like this up a little bit, just to like 2 times, not too much. This is very much looking normal speed. So what haven't I told you? I'm getting a new kitchen. The kitchen we've got in our house is not the original one from when the house was built, because the house was built in the 1970s. But I think it's probably either a late 80s or an early 90s kitchen. It's been falling apart for quite a long time. I've literally kept this thing together with Gorilla Glue and duct tape and all sorts of things, but it's reached the point where one of the drawers doesn't have the front on it, one of the cupboard doors has come off and I can't get it to stay back on. And it's just tatty and old, so yeah, we're getting a new kitchen. Had the fitter come over yesterday and have a look around. He said, right, yes, I can start doing that in 2 weeks. I'm like, no, you really can't start doing that in 2 weeks because I'm not going to be ready. So I said, oh, can you push that back a little bit? Oh, well, it won't be till April now. I said, that's fine, that gives me enough time to sort the kitchen out so you can come in and actually work on the kitchen. It's not a problem. So yeah, that's probably the plan for April, is the new kitchen. Before that, we need to have a little bit of work done in the bathroom because one of the tiles has come loose next to the shower. At the moment it is duct taped on, but if that comes loose, the water can go down the back, and I don't want the water coming down and doing damage when I've just had a new kitchen, so I need to get somebody to come out and sort that out first. Oh, now I can hear some beeps. That means my washing's finished. Means I'll have clean clothes to wear this week. Yay! Don't you love it when you have clean clothes to wear? I really, really wish I'd sped this up. What else can I witter on about? I've got cold feet. There we go. That's something to witter on about. Because I'm in my conservatory with no socks, no shoes, no slippers, nothing. But I really love my nails, my toenails. I've got nail varnish on my toenails. They're bright red. And then my equivalent of your ring finger on your toes has got a glitter top. Well, the others have just got a shiny top. They don't have gel on. I don't generally put gel on toenails, just because it makes them too rigid and can cause more damage if you bang them, because you're more likely to bang your toenails than your fingernails, especially if you're me. Blimey, I stub my toes all the time. I was walking around for about 18 months with a dislocated toe a while ago because I hadn't realised, just from stubbing it. And I saw my physio one day and I mentioned it in passing. He got a hold of it and went, oh yes, that's dislocated. Did this little twist and pull? Oh boy, did that hurt, but it's felt so much better since. I'm trying to remember what the brand I use of nail varnish. If I've got any, children of my clients sometimes want their nails doing as well, so I'll use a bit of varnish rather than gel. And I use it on toes. I can't remember what it is. Essie, that's it. I use Essie. I really like Essie. I've had OPI suggested, but I don't find that lasts as well personally. Okay, so there was a rubber base, which you saw me putting on. That was cured because that brand requires a minute. It was cured for a minute. And then the no wipe top coat over that. And the rubber base possibly could have done with 2 coats. It didn't quite smooth the surface out. But let's face it, I don't want to waste product when I'm doing these for a video and not on a client. So this is the finished lot of nails. I really love this design. I would love to do more designs that other people have done for me to have a go at. Maybe I'll get the eldest to do some more for me. Right, thank you for watching. Remember, click like, subscribe, come and watch my other videos and see if you can catch the others in this series as well. Take care. Bye.